We have some new revelations that have come out of the lawsuit filed by Ruby Freeman and Shay Moss in the state of Georgia against Rudy Giuliani. This is a defamation lawsuit that the two women, a mother and daughter pair, filed against Giuliani. These, of course, are the election workers from Georgia that Giuliani falsely claimed had, manipulated the ballots in some way and cost Trump the election in Georgia in 2020. It was revealed late last week in filings in the court that Giuliani, as he attempts to fight turning over more of his electronic communications, was using an email address under a female alias to work with his co-conspirators, I guess you could call them, to overturn the results of the 2020 election. The email, and I can read it because it's in this report, is rhelen0528@gmail.com. rhelen0528@gmail.com. Not Rudy G at Gmail, not R Giuliani at Gmail, rhelen0528@gmail.com. Why was Rudy Giuliani sending emails from an account with a female name talking about overturning the election results? Well, it turns out Rudy Giuliani's mother, who passed away in the year 2002, her name was Helen. So if Rudy Giuliani wanted to send out emails so people would know who it is, but others would not be able to recognize it, he could use his mother's name as the email address and they would understand, okay, this is Rudy. Now that's speculation on my part. I'm not saying that is what happened. I'm saying that's a possibility. But here's the thing. Giuliani doesn't want to turn all this over. But we also knew already that there was an rhelen0528@gmail.com email address that was sending messages to Mark Meadows, and this was revealed during the January 6th committee investigation about overturning the election results. So this was the email, which is not Rudy Giuliani's primary email, by the way. This was the email he was using to send messages about what's happening in Georgia, send messages about what's happening in other states, conspire, with other Trump officials, including Mark Meadows, about overturning the results. This is a big one. In fact, there is one where they also talked about Trump doing the executive order to go and seize the voting machines. Why couldn't Rudy Giuliani just use his regular email address? He has his own website. He has his own business. By virtue of having either one of those, they do come along with personalized email addresses. And my best guess, again, this is a hypothesis and I'm going to throw it out there, is because it's kind of like having a burner phone. It's not your primary one, but it's the one that you use to do things that you ought not be doing. So in my book, this fake email address, which by the way, isn't even the only one that Giuliani had, to me, that signals intent. To me, that signals that he knows what he was doing was wrong and could possibly even be illegal, and he didn't want it traced back to him, so he wanted to use a different email address so people wouldn't be able to identify off the bat that it was his. That's what I think happened here. Either way, we won't know until all of these investigations conclude. We're not going to get any real answers about why he had this secret, Helen email address in this particular case, because this is defamation, right? They're not looking for evidence of overturning. This is not a criminal trial. This is a defamation lawsuit. But the information provided here can possibly be shared with prosecutors in Georgia. It could possibly be shared with the United States Department of Justice and Special Prosecutor Jack Smith. Because I think at this point, somebody somewhere in either Georgia or the federal government needs to be looking into why Rudy Giuliani was using an email address named Helen to talk about overturning our democracy. Kind of sounds like the thing we need a little bit more of answers on before this is all over. Hey everyone, this is Aspen. And did you know that for the low cost of $0 per day, you can subscribe to the Fair and Balanced YouTube channel. We also encourage you to like, comment, and share. But again, click that subscribe button and help Aspen not be so grumpy.